Gents, in our latest live stream, you might remember this clip.
We went to the auntie and aqua clubs, and they're running around. The aunties is running around.
Yes, they're giving it out too.
I feel like those are maybe the ones who time has ran out too, maybe.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're just like trying. They're competing with women our age.
Where y'all fellas at? Okay, y'all may be in the bed getting ready to go to work, or y'all probably already at work. But why is it are we the ones that's out here getting the job done, making moves, going places? Like, it was just weird that every time I stopped, I just had a bunch of women that surrounded me. But I was just like, where are all the men? Where y'all at?
Oh, hell no.
So do you think it's age, like they should settle at a certain age, or do you think that...
I mean, I'm sure some women who time runs out and they looks run out, they have to.
Don't laugh!
Now, as you just heard, these women actually believe like we do, that time has ran out for some of these older women who are out here still competing with younger women.
Bitch, you have to get out. You got to get out this game.
Yeah.
You can't be in a club competing with a goddamn 23-year-old at 38.
Listen, there's a lot of women out here that are in their 40s that are still,
Still what?
Like they're still youthful looking.
Even salt looks like sugar from a distance, baby.
Damn!
What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I am your host, Shaun C. This debate right now about where the men at. It's one thing if you got younger women out here asking that question, because that means that there's a larger problem going on for those women, for society as a whole. But when you got older women out here still talking about, well, where the men at? Or why can't men, be this way or act this way or provide this and do that? When you still at that point, you done already messed up. Today, I'm gonna present to you a number of clips showing a few things, showing that older women actually have a very strong disdain for men, which is probably why they're single. The other thing is, if you are an older man and you keeping yourself looking good, all right, they hating on you even worse. But they're not just hating on you as a man. They're also hating on these younger women who are pulling the men that they feel that they should pull or that should be coming after them, and giving them some of the worst advice that you should ever give any young person. Listen, man, I can't wait to talk about this with you guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button so more people can know about this video. And with that being said, let's get started.
The men that actually have the resources are operating in a completely different market than they used to be. They were told to provide, otherwise they were worthless. So they did the work, they got the money, they got the degrees, they bought the house, they did it all right. And then one day they looked around and realized the women that they were making all this money for don't actually need anyone to provide for them. So here's what they started doing. They started treating partnerships like portfolio diversifications because that's all they know. Why commit to one when the market says you can have many options? And here's the really uncomfortable part that you don't want to hear. It's working for them. The apps, they love it. They reward it. And the culture right now, it permits it. There is no social penalty for situationships or having a big roster. And let's be really clear, these men are not confused and they are not stuck and they know what they're doing. They're just adapting to the market that is rewarding them.
Gents, I'm kind of confused sometimes because I don't know if these women are making these videos to try to get views or clicks. Remember what I've always said on this channel. There's always the truth from these women, and then there's the lie. The truth is that men were going out there hustling and doing the things to try to be providers for women. Men even were working on doing things to be better providers for women because that's what was happening within the market. But that's nothing new. The thing that changed was she said that men looked around and that all that stuff that we had done to try to get their attention basically fell by the wayside because women didn't need that anymore from men. She's absolutely correct on that. Women have decided, women were the one who changed the market. The dudes, as she even talked about, were going out and doing what they were supposed to do. women got into the same market, and then because they got a few dollars in their pocket, they felt that they were better than the men that they want to come after them. This type of exact woman went to college, got her education, thought she was doing better than everybody, and then she looked back and then she wanted to judge you as a man because you didn't want to play the game no more. And then to sit here and say that, well, men are just sitting back now and they're just on these apps, they're just picking and choosing all the women that they want. That's not even remotely true. The men that she's talking about are out there. But those men, all the women want to sleep with. And then they complain that these men are players. So this older woman here is giving bad advice, which you're gonna see as a theme throughout this whole video.
I was submissive for 32 years. I learned my lesson.
Oh, you done?
I learned my lesson. I never let one of them talk me into saying I do again. I do not promise to give you the rest of my life. Cook your food, trying to clean your clothes, trying to keep your house clean, trying to take care of your kids, trying to manage you and all your silliness. I don't.
How you expect to keep a man if you don't do what he says?
I don't. I keep him as long as I want him.
Mama, how many guys you got?
Right now, none. Because I ran them off.
You ran them off?
I ran them off, baby. They try to rule me. And I ain't in the business to be ruled.
Ain't that the problem right there? Ain't that the problem right there? Some women are out here saying that they have men that are trying to rule them. But if a man sees value in his woman, he's trying to tell her right. I've showed y'all many times on this channel that it was the women that ran the men away. She told you exactly what happened. And that shit has been happening since the 70s. Since you start having people come into our homes and trying to tell us how we treat and move within our homes. It was these women right here. She had a 32-year marriage, and that wasn't good enough. She was too good for that. You have a lot of women with this mentality, but let me tell you something. I don't care how much shit she talking right now. I know how this ends up. I know how this ends up because I see it in my own family. A bunch of older women who don't have a lot of options, and the options that they do, there's a reason she can manipulate the options she have because she don't have the value options for the cash shit that she's talking. And that is the fate of a lot of these women. But then there's another problem that we have. We have literally the old woman men hater club. And these women are doing more harm to dating and relationships than anything else. They literally have no souls and they're literally profiting off of people's hurt and despair and their anger.
Why are men in their 50s only want young women? Because they're going through their midlife crisis, darling. When a man hits 50, they think they got one foot in the grave. And when they go get a young woman, they're trying to still keep their youth. So instead of going gently into that good night, they go get them a young woman to make them feel young again because they know they got that one foot in the grave.
Literally, her profession is her confession because this woman right here, just like so many other women, as she moving that wig along on her head, trying to tell you that we won't go as men when you get over 50 into that good night. What about them? What about women in their 50s still up here trying to get their boobs done, trying to get them BBLs? I get it, ladies. If you want to do those things to keep yourself looking good, that's fine. But to sit here and then you want to rag on a man for taking care of himself, for wanting to look good too? You don't want him to look good, but then if he don't look good, what do? Y'all get online and y'all talk about the dudes anyway. Y'all, oh, these old men are busted and they think they can talk to me. Bit, you trying to get your shit done too. You don't want to go gently into that tonight too. You had a table full of you old ass witches sitting together looking pissed because nobody wanted to talk to you. Y'all didn't have that look like y'all did 20, 30 years ago when y'all would be sitting at the table and then hid, wondering if somebody gonna come talk to y'all. Nobody come and talk to y'all. I worked in a nightclub. I'm telling y'all, nobody was coming up to y'all. And this woman out here is going to be telling the young women some of the worst advice, stopping them from finding their husband.
The narrative that our elders gave us, telling black women that when we're young to focus on our career and focus on our education and don't focus on our boys, is what's keeping black women single. And this is on the heels of the topic that I've been seeing a lot lately, especially in black women that are like 30 plus. that are talking about, like, I wish I would have did differently in my 20s because I was playing around, I was doing nonsense, I was dealing with people that didn't deserve my time, and now I'm 35 and I don't have anybody to share my success with. I don't have anybody to share these degrees with. I don't have anybody to go home to at night.
As I've talked about and as we talked about on the last live stream, the whole point of finding a man when you're younger is because when you as a woman are younger, your beauty, your youth, your vitality, your spirit, that's what you give to your man in the beginning. And you all grow and learn together. You support that man through his development. And he should, if you are doing what you're supposed to. I'm not talking about flying out on trips, spending money, being reckless with your money. I'm saying that if you are working with him to build your future together, then when you are older and your looks are starting to fade, that man would still be there because he loves you. The problem is a lot of these women today have the personality of an old used ass diaper. But this young woman is right. She is hearing all of these older women who prioritize everything but what's the most important thing in life. And that's our relationships.
I stopped listening to older women tell me not to date older men when I realized that they didn't care about me. They were just trying to protect their investment. A lot of older women also cheat on their husbands. They just cheat with younger men and then funnel money to that younger man using their husband's money, buying him shoes, Jordans, PlayStations, paying his apartment fees and everything. The difference is that that younger man will never actually try to start a family with her or tell her to leave her husband. So she still has to be stuck in a miserable relationship with a man that probably doesn't want her. On the flip side, if her husband goes out here and deals with a younger woman, there's a high chance that he might actually fall for her and want to leave his wife. And so therefore, a lot of older women have pushed this agenda that it's bad, you're going to get manipulated, you're going to get used, you're going to have to do all these terrible things when you start to date older men.
The young lady in the last clip that I played, she tried to say about older women telling younger women that, hey, you all are going to get played, you're going to get manipulated if you're going to talk to older men. You can get played if you're talking to a younger dude. At least with an older dude, you can learn some shit. You can learn how to conduct and carry yourself if he's the right type of dude. Problem is, a lot of women don't know how to pick men, period. What we're seeing now is that you're getting even some of these younger women who are hating because they listen to these old ass women.
What you're doing is you're dating younger women and you're kind of like ruining, damaging them at a young age. So now when we get to our 30s, we're completely damaged by older men, and now we don't want to try and y'all don't want us. The man is 40, 45, let's say. Right?
Yeah, I get it.
Now he has money, his house. Now he got time, right? He has time to go live his best life. Now he wants to date younger woman, right? Let's say a 21-year-old. Now he dates her for 4 years. While he's dating her, he's cheating with other 19, 20, 25-year-olds. You're damaging this young girl, right? You're causing trauma and damage that's going to cost her pretty much years to heal.
I couldn't listen to no more. Are there older men that damage younger women? Absolutely. There are. There are older men out there who want a level of control. Don't care about making her better. It's about him and nothing about her. And a real man is always going to try to build his woman up. A real man is always going to try to make the woman that's with him better. Because if she's better, it's a reflection on him. That's the way it used to be. And everybody knew it. And nobody fucked with her because that was your queen. But they would envy it. Even rich dudes do this. The woman that he has is the envy of the men that he calls his peers. And when you have that, your status is elevated. The problem is, I don't care how much lash, weave, any of this stuff that y'all put on, that don't make you a baddie and it for sure don't make you a queen. Y'all are talking to the same pool of men. All it is the older version of Pookie, Ray Ray, Glocktavius, and Felantonio. Y'all are talking to the old versions of them dudes and then gonna blame it on all men. You don't know what you talk about, shut the hell up. At the end of the day, what have I always said on this channel? Go where you're appreciated, not tolerated. 100 years from now, nobody's gonna fucking know you. Nobody's gonna remember that you talked to a woman that, you know, was a different race, a different size. You know, she acted this way. Nobody gonna remember all that shit. Nobody gonna remember. You're gonna be dead, they're gonna be dead. It ain't gonna matter. Instead of dealing with these women who are hard-headed, can't be taught nothing, can't be learned, go out and find your own happiness. If you want to talk to a younger woman, talk to a younger woman. That used to be the norm. But don't let nobody stop you from doing it. If that's what you're attracted to, that's what you're attracted to. I ain't talking about talking to no kids, okay? But don't let these women shame you. Don't let them shame you for what you can get and what they can't.
Why are young women attracted to older men? It goes deeper than you think. It is not because they're broken, gold diggers, or being manipulative. It is because older men activate something that younger men haven't developed yet. Young women bring youth, beauty, curiosity, softness. Older men bring experience, confidence, emotional control, and safety. That pairing has worked for thousands of years because of what? Biology and polarity. A young woman is wired to seek a man who can guide her, protect her, and elevate her. Not control her, but teach her. And this is the part that a lot of people ignore. Older men teach. They teach emotional maturity. They teach communication. They teach discipline and long-term thinking. They can show her calm leadership and what masculine reassurance actually feels like. She grows up faster beside an older man than with somebody who is still becoming himself. And what does he get in return? She brings him back to life. Her softness, her energy wakes up parts of him that he forgot. Her femininity sharpens his masculinity. This isn't a transaction. It is pure polarity and human nature.